What do you get when you combine a cult movie with a mediocre first-person shooter? You get Starship Troopers 2005, a PC FPS game based off the first two movies. This was infamous back in the day due to its mediocrity and tons of technical problems. Starship Troopers got panned by critics, much like the movies, but unlike the movies, this game was deservingly panned. Developed by Strangelite Studios and published by Empire Interactive, Starship Troopers 2005, still to this day, plays poorly and has tons of technical problems. So let's get this video over with, because I was so close to scrapping this entire project. But hey, when it's over frickin' 6 gigs of files, you might as well go ahead and finish the fight, right?
Move it, you apes! Do you want to live forever?
He said it! He said it!
Starship Troopers takes place well after the first movie, roughly 5 years, and as to be expected, the Federation's technology has improved. You got better weapons and the Marauder unit, who you actually play as one. This elite unit is given a regenerating shield and unique infinite ammo weapon. Rico returns as your superior officer who narrates mission briefings and communicates your objectives during gameplay.
Marauder, this is Commander Harris. Now you're suited, I'll be able to monitor your situation at all times. The Marauder suit has both audio and visual feeds that link directly back to me. This will allow me to brief you on the fly once you're off the ship. Be careful. The Marauder suit enhances natural movement, so don't go crashing into things.
The Arachnid threat has invaded the planet of Hesperus, which sounds like an STD. So you get to play as a Marauder, as Marauder Zero Six, and your goal is to be the Master Chief of this game. Yep, it's a Halo clone, which isn't surprising given the 2005 release year. Everything was a Halo clone outside of war shooters like Call of Duty and Medal of Honor.
3, report to the main hangar.
They're preparing for the first assault on Hesperus. Poor
Private Zim,
bastards.
please report to the officer's mess on level 17D.
Control-wise, this game is standard first-person shooter of the mid-2000s. WASD for movement, spacebar for a weak jump, number keys for weapon swapping and whatnot. It's pretty run-of-the-mill. So much so, there's no sprint button. Yep, it's old school Halo for sure, folks. Ugh. This does lead to issues where you will get swarmed and can't easily flee, which makes sense given the Arachnids, but also you're an elite unit. Why can't we sprint? The combat is very similar to Halo Combat Evolved. You just shoot your gun with no iron sights or recoil. No effect, no feel, no impact. It's very, very mid. So yeah, they nailed down the Halo gun mechanics.
I want to be a citizen!
I don't want another breach!
On top of the pussy-ass shooting mechanics, you can only use a few weapons. The infinite ammo assault rifle, clearly a reskin of the Halo assault rifle, that just overheats as a countermeasure, so small control bursts is your key. The second weapon is a standard rifle that uses real ammo. As such, it's more limited in supply and best to be saved for armor bugs and bosses. A shotgun is also available, which is one of the most pitiful shotguns in first-person shooter history, as to be expected. Don't show this to Civvy 11, hashtag free Civvy. Finally, the last weapon I got access to before quitting, which I'll explain later in the next section, is the rocket launcher. Just literally the Halo rocket launcher. Grenades exist, but are useless given how fast the Arachnids move, so that you'll never actually damage them. Overall, a bunch of pansy weapons with no satisfying feel to using them. Much like Halo guns.
He ain't lying.
Opening up the campaign shows us the Starfleet is moving over the planet. We're getting ready to gear up for war.
War! We're going to war!
But first thing you'll notice is there's panties on the ground. You got some tail before the game even began. Please note, this is the most interesting part of the game, and we missed out on some 2005 sex scene action that would have been more enthralling than this entire game.
Overslept again, huh? The commander wants you to suit up and head down to the firing range.
The first mission is entirely about the tutorial of learning how to complete objectives, move around, and shoot guns. Nothing special, so let's move on to the planet side of the action in Mission 2.
Our bridgehead on the surface is under attack. We're sending you straight down to the staging area. Get ready for combat. This is gonna be rough.
The first experience of combat is mediocrity. Guns feel weak and the bugs just fall over dead. It's clearly hit scan, and on par with Halo and Half-Life 1 and 2, everything feels so off and awful.
Wasted.
Crazy thing is,
Could have been us.
Let's see inside that guy. Gotta be done. Move! Come on, move!
You'll slowly move forward in a linear corridor fashion akin to all first-person shooters. Then to Halo and Call of Duty popularized the cliche, trying to dodge bug ship bombs. No, seriously, this is literally bug ship bombs.
Hold it! Take cover! Gather around for a heads up!
Or a repeating offense in this game, escort missions. You'll need to protect a useless soldier as they play with computers as you fight endless hordes of Arachnids. Yay!
There, just a little longer.
Then the mission is over. What I've learned within the first 30 minutes of this game was, the combat is awful, mission objectives are always the same old fetch quest and escort mission, oh, and the game is boring as fuck.
Bugs! Bugs!
Not again!
Let's move, you apes! Up on the wall!
Let's go!
Then they decided it was time for something semi-decent, but sadly was held back by the technical problems and bad shooting mechanics. A Wish.com version of the outpost scene from the first movie. Yep, they tried to remake it, but worse in every way possible. You just shoot bugs, fetch power cells, and mine layers, and then shoot more bugs, slowly getting overrun, and eventually you have to escape. But first, we have to kill a plasma bug, which is just a generic sponge flamethrower.
Secure the landing area. There's no time to lose.
The next mission starts to sour this game even more, with tons of darkness, swarms of Arachnids, being alone trying to deal with aimbot bug snipers you can't really shoot due to how far away they are.
Damn it, cliff mites. Pity you don't have a sniper rifle.
They won't even give you a sniper. What a dick move by the developers. We can't see the sniper bugs, and we get easily killed. What makes things worse is we will now have to face another plasma bug with non-stop arachnids protecting it.
Good of you to turn up, Marauder. Now, if you wouldn't mind dealing with those bugs. And watch out for the plasma bug. I don't think she likes me.
This took almost 15 minutes to kill. Yes, it's that bad, and the difficulty is on easy. Let that one sink in. We then have to escort a literal Nazi officer through bug snipers. Before finally moving forward with the mission, yes, we just started. We're not even halfway done. That's how bad this game is. We wasted 30 minutes on spongy bosses, bug snipers, and an escort mission. But things get worse, cause guess what shows up?
Watch out for the sentinels. They'll blind anyone within range, and their flash is a wake-up call to every bug around.
Yes, flashbang bugs hiding around corners to ambush you. You can't even look away to avoid their blast. Just being within range is enough to blind you. This in turn spawns more bugs to attack you. And you can't see. Oh, and now we must fight 2 plasma bugs at once with tons of flying bugs protecting them. Yay!
This clearing is crawling with baby plasmas. You're gonna have to take them out. You need to keep moving up the mountain. Blow the blockade that leads out of here.
I don't want to play this shit game anymore, but we're not even close to being done. No. Now we must fight yet another plasma bug. Then finally, a giant plasma bug.
Let's get together this Christmas. You and me. You know, forget Rudolph, forget Frosty and Charlie Brown. I just want to get real.
Thankfully, with a rocket launcher, it isn't that hard, but very time-consuming with tons of non-stop hordes of arachnids trying to protect him.
There's something downright beautiful about seeing a bug turned inside out. For a while there, I was worried I'd picked the wrong man for the job. But you really pulled through today. But before you start preening your feathers, be aware. Praise from me doesn't lead to any kind of special treatment. All you've done is raise my expectations.
We're at the point I stopped playing this shit game. Mission 5 is a mess of a time. You must escort people and fight non-stop hordes of arachnids, dealing with every bug type at once, and a new one. A hopper that's tiny, fast, and shoots like a shotgun. Yep, a plasma aim-botting shotgun that can one-shot you on easy bug. Now imagine facing several at once and getting cornered, all alone, and the mission was almost over, but the game glitches out and you cannot progress. And then you die.
Fleet are pulling out. Guess I was wrong about you, number 6. Doubt I'll be back anytime soon to bag up your remains.
Fuck this game with a 1,000-degree knife. I'm not restarting this entire mission after almost 30 minutes into it just to get up to this point again and hope the game doesn't break. Fuck this game.
Looks like you got his attention. Guess you're being a real pain in his ass.
The only other things to mention is how Starship Troopers just uses the movie music, so I had to use alternatives for this review. There's no other modes for single player outside of a level attack mode. Here, you just replay the same missions again, but with a timer and score system. Pretty stupid and pointless, I know.
It's awful. It's all fucking awful! It's all of it, and every single one of them sucks!
As for multiplayer, it's long since dead after almost 20 years. So we can't talk about it, and I didn't want to even talk about it anyways. Let's just get this review over with so I can make something on a game I do enjoy, let alone do want to review.
You guys definitely owe me a beer. Hell, you owe me a malt liquor.
At the end of the day, Starship Troopers is a garbage game I regretted going back to. I remember trying this thing back in the day. It was worse without the patches, but still, they didn't salvage this broken, poorly designed game. Instead, it was just abandoned, and now it's abandonware. But it's also abandonware I do not recommend. It's more worth catching the clap than playing this game. It's more worth getting a colonoscopy with a porcupine. It's much more worth voting libertarian. Okay, maybe not that far. Anyways, that's it for this video. See you all later.
Looks like she spilled her cargo when she crashed. Your suit will identify the location of the power cell and mine layers.